Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is Twit.
All right, our first victim, our first product is for pet lovers on the go. And so why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves?
I'm Ken Powers.
I'm Zivile Powers.
Hello.
All right.
We're pet owners.
Yes.
What is your product?
Well, it's an automatic Wi-Fi pet feeder, and I invented this because I was on the go, and I had 2 cats that adopted my house as their own. And when I left for a couple weeks going over to Thailand, I didn't have anybody to feed them. I didn't want to call my neighbor and have them come over all the time. So I started working on this about 3.5 years ago.
A couple of weeks, the canister looks like you could leave for a year.
Well, that's not, that's the outer part.
I see.
I'll actually show you what it looks like on the inside. I actually patented the inside. And so I have raccoons at my house, so I had to make sure that I could lock it up because the raccoons would just open it up. But all the electronics are in the top, and it's made so it easily goes on and off. It just fits right on. So all the electronics, once it's off, everything below this point is stainless steel.
And can be washed.
And can be washed. So, you know, the top comes off, and then
you can make coffee
and ice cream.
This is the hopper. The hopper has, you know, this is the patented portion of it. So the hopper just pulls the food up and over, so you don't have an auger type. You know, the augers usually jam. And
so that would push the food down, you're saying?
No, it actually pulls the food up and pushes it over at the same time.
Clever.
Okay.
So
clever.
When you
this
say
right
patented,
here,
you've received the patent
I haven't received the patent.
So you have
I've already filed
application.
a PCT. So, you know, I think I'll have to file it within the next 9 months.
Okay.
But I don't have to do anything right now. Still
And
covered.
which specific part did you patent?
This part here, actually the
whole thing.
The whole thing is, I mean, sections of it are patentable.
But the thing that is innovative is that and the Wi-Fi, I would guess.
I don't think that the Wi-Fi would be, because, you know, you can Wi-Fi control anything.
Right.
And I'm not sure that that would be, but that's part of the patent, the part of the whole patent.
Now, this is, before you go on, this is an interesting category because there were a number of products 5, 6, 7 years ago, mostly coming out of Japan, and they all sort of faded away. And there was a period of time where there was nothing, there was no remote wireless internet connected animal feeder that was of any significance. And recently there's been a resurgence, and it sounds like you're part of that resurgence.
Well, I've been working on this for 3 years. So, you know, when I started looking, I couldn't find anything in the market.
Mm-hmm.
And then as time went on, it's just like I thought, you know, I'm going to add this and I'm going to add that. And so it just became this thing that's got everything.
Well, show us how it works.
So, you know, that's the hopper.
And dry food only, I would imagine. Right?
Yeah,
You're
dry
not gonna
food
put
only.
beef in there.
And does
Can
it
I
stay
hold it?
fresh with that? Is it sealed?
It's not sealed, but you put it's good for about 2 weeks.
Okay.
You know.
Lisa
And-
puts fresh food out every morning for Ozzy and throws the food out that's been sitting overnight.
But
so
you know
she's
what?
a believer in
He
fresh
actually
food.
prefers it because he eats his
Well,
fresh
we're going to
food.
test it because Ozzy's here.
But
And then
they
she
just-
gives you food out of a bag.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
me, I'm eating 3-week-old food. Doesn't matter.
No, you're cooking.
So the
right.
bottom, it's just all stainless steel.
Okay.
Okay.
You fabricated this yourself.
I fabricated this at a production facility.
Got it.
Yeah.
Hopefully Apple doesn't have a patent on the cylinder shape.
Good.
I hope not.
Why did you select
the-
stainless steel?
Because I wanted to make it high end. It's
Okay.
got everything on it. I wanted to make sure that it lasts a long time as well.
Okay.
And so the pet bowl also fits on like this, so it actually sits up above the ground, so the ants can't get into it. So
good,
actually, you can just cover the sides with a little bit of petroleum jelly, put it on, and I actually tested it on an ant hill for 24 hours.
Wow.
Can we take this home? Because we're having an ant problem in our
Yeah,
house.
they get in the food within 10 minutes.
And the other thing is, you know, you don't want ants getting in your reservoir either.
Right.
So there's a bridge across this as well. So you just put a little bit of petroleum jelly on, the ants won't cross it, and they won't get into your reservoir.
Well, we've already learned something. We've learned that petroleum jelly is not something that's ant-friendly.
That's good to know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's how it all goes together. And we've tested this. We have raccoons at our house, skunks.
They can't get in.
Nope.
They're pretty sharp. All right.
Yeah, they are sharp. They've They actually took the top off and got in one time, and so that's why I had to change the design a little bit and make it so that we could lock it up.
This is raccoon tested.
It is, and I've got video proof of it.
So now you need opposable thumbs to get it open.
So how does the Wi-Fi come in?
The Wi-Fi, actually I wanted to show you, Zivile, why don't you go fill it up?
Okay, so I will go fill up the other one.
You have a lot of things on your network, so
We have a very congested Wi-Fi.
exactly.
Yeah.
So we couldn't get everything to work in here. So in the guest room over there, and I think we've got
There's
a
no
camera
Wi-Fi
in there as well.
there at all.
So what we're going to do?
Is Zivile related to you?
She's my wife.
All right. So this is a husband-wife team here. And have you started? Have you put this up on a funding site yet?
Yeah, it's on Kickstarter.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll tell you one thing about Kickstarter is you guys, anybody that's going to go on Kickstarter should think about their marketing long before they go on Kickstarter.
You got to get the awareness, or you're not going to get their funding.
That's one thing that I didn't.
Wait me when I'm
do
ready
as much.
to.
I put a lot of time into the engineering, making sure that everything was done engineering-wise, but.
But I think that's the smartest thing, is to make sure the product's going to be successful and effective, and then you should consider the marketing too, but you have to have a product first.
Well, yeah, but you know, you got to get eyeballs on your Kickstarter, and that I think that's one of the things.
You only
that
have
I did.
30 days, right? I mean.
Well, you have
can
eyeballs
go
today.
From 60 to 0.
Okay.
Or
so you can
maybe
go as long
15.
as 2 months then.
So you can go as long as 2 months.
Is yours still? How long will yours be open?
I've got about 18 days left.
All right, we're going to see if we can.
Excellent.
How much have you raised so far?
About 15,000, 14,000.
Oh, that's good. And you're looking for?
150. So
Wow.
it's gonna be a
Tenth
little
of the way there.
difficult.
GoPetPal.com.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy 2.
All right.
How much? I didn't ask that.
Well, let's
find out how
think-
much.
Yeah, let's
It's
take a look at the.
$360, but it's got Wi-Fi, it's got a speaker, it's got a mic. You can listen,
Okay.
talk.
Zivile is putting in the food now.
Yes.
She's in our conference room where the Wi-Fi roams free, and the dogs as well. Ozzy, you see that? Go get it, Ozzy.
Oh, he's thrilled.
Go get it. Go.
Is Ozzy in there?
He doesn't watch TV. go get it, Ozzy. He hears it. Yeah, I'm not going to say any more. How many? You have dogs, I take it.
I have a couple cats.
Oh, this is for your cats. But dogs could love it too.
So you can see what is going on in the camera in the other room.
Here comes Ozzy. Oh, I think he's figured it out.
Come on, hey, Bobby. Puppy.
Oh. But he says no.
Oh. But we can.
Where's the food?
Ozzy's the pickiest dog eater
Photo.
ever.
So you haven't done it yet. So you're going to do it now?
What was that?
How do you get it to dispense?
Oh, we're going to do that in just a second.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking my wife needs the food.
It's okay. It's not his food.
So can somebody take the?
She's put food. Oh, there's more food?
Well, we need to put some treats in there.
Oh, you got. Oh, he's going to stack the deck. I don't know if I like that. Where'd Lisa go? Did she lead Ozzy in? Is that how?
No.
All right.
She's
Okay, yeah.
Okay, we're going to go put some treats.
All right, so I'd like to show you the setup.
Sure.
We made the setup so it could be very quick.
Oh, you get a camera on the thing.
Yeah, so
also
you set up the time, 9 a.m. You want to put enough food. So that's how you set it up. Can you guys see that?
Yep.
All right, so now we're back on the...
I didn't realize. So you could now. Can you see this dog cam or cat cam from anywhere on the internet?
So I'm gonna make sure.
Yes.
So this is also a way of keeping up on your pet.
Well, yeah, you can, and you can talk to your pet too. So I'm not.
You can?
Yeah, you just press that button. Hello.
So there's a camera in this?
Yeah.
yes.
There's
Look.
a camera in it. You can see your pet.
Oh. Sorry, I stepped out to get Ozzy in the room.
It worked. He followed you there. Now he's kind of intrigued. So it has a camera. It has a speaker, internet accessible, Wi-Fi.
It basically has all of the basic functions of all the best ones that I've seen, which is, you have a way to automate the feeding, you have a camera, you have internet connection, you have sound interaction so you can call them and so on.
Right.
And see that they're
Is it
okay.
waterproof and everything if it's outside?
You don't want to put it out in the middle of the rain.
Okay.
But what you can do is I left it outside for 2 years, and I didn't
Okay.
have a problem with it.
That's good.
If you go on a Kickstarter and look for PetPal automatic Wi-Fi pet feeder, you'll see that. But you can also go to their website. which
Zivile?
I think-
Yes.
Can you just
Hello?
press feed?
It's also great for talking to your spouse.
Exactly.
Oh. You gonna check it now? You gonna check it now? Now?
What am I supposed to do? What I don't understand.
You know, the wireless networks in here are a lot more complicated than at a home.
And I will stipulate that this is nothing like what you would have, even if you were at a complex apartment complex.
So there's a lot of things that, you know, it's difficult to get working in this environment.
Yeah.
But you know, I've used this at several people's houses and everything works great. But we're having just a little bit of problem with my feed me button.
So you can set a timer. You can do the same time every day, several feedings, or one.
So you can set up 5 feedings, a day, and then you also have a feed me button. So if you want to feed your pet when you want to feed your pet, it's not just so that you can go away and just have it automatically feed. What you can do is you can go out, and then when you want to feed your pet, you can press talk and call your pet over.
Come here, Ozzy. Come here. And then he'll go over there. Oh, no,
Hello,
he's coming
Ozzy.
to me.
Hello, Ozzy.
But I get the idea. You can talk to the pet. The pet will run over to the speaker, and then you can say, have some food.
And then you can feed.
So is this an app that he's using?
Yeah, this is an app, and we'll have an app for Android and for iPhone. iPhone app will be ready soon.
That's great.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, I'll tell you my only concern is the price. It's a pretty expensive
That's
product.
my concern.
Say again, how much?
It's $365
$365
on the net right now.
Is
but
that
I think
comparable
it's about
to what other people are charging? I mean,
It's on the high end. There are it's a tough call. There are others like the Pinto Feed Pet Feeder.
but they don't have the camera. They don't have the microphone.
Some of them do,
Okay.
but they tend to have lower capacities. Sometimes they may not have some of the durability and pest features. So it's a tough call. I don't see this product moving huge volumes. This isn't something for every home. This is more something for people who, you know, are willing to spend more to get more features.
So we've put our straw poll up at 1670553. That's strawpoll.me/1670553 if you want to vote. Glenn, are votes coming in yet, or is it too early?
We just gave it out. So
Okay.
if you have that straw poll, you can vote whether you would fund this or whether they should go fund themselves. And I do have some questions from the chat. People are asking at bit.ly/IFT questions. Dave Odell wants to know, how is it powered?
Yeah, how do you power this?
it's powered off you just plug it in.
Plug it in.
And one thing I'd like to say about the power is if the power goes off, it won't feed. But when the power comes on, it locks back up to your Wi-Fi, hooks back up, no problem.
All right.
Usually you have a problem with the Wi-Fi going down.
Right.
If the Wi-Fi goes down, it just continues on its automatic
So the
feeding
schedule
pattern.
is built in once you
Yes.
program it. That's a good thing.
So you wouldn't want to leave it
Wi-Fi's
where you
not
feed
too
them all.
reliable. Yeah. Yeah.
Agreed.
So the Wi-Fi part, it can cut off and come back on, and you'll notice that you can't get connected to it if the Wi-Fi goes down.
Right.
But if the power goes down and comes back up, it'll just hook back up to your Wi-Fi and keep going.
And your pet will survive.
Bad
Yes,
Beef in the chat
that's a
room
good
points
quality.
out that a drop cam alone is $150. So
Yeah.
that would be half the cost right there. Any other questions, Glenn?
Let's see. Looking at it, people want to know, Bud Pate is asking, have you tested this with a variety of cats? And then Jeff N., our own Jeffrey Needles from Boston, is asking, are different designs coming, and will there perhaps be a smaller version for smaller pets?
Well, that's one thing that my wife has talked about a lot. She'd like to see a smaller version. The angles of everything have to be just right. So I'm thinking that I could make a smaller unit. But what was the other question? It was,
If we tested with a variety of cats, yes, we did. We tested with our wild cats, which are not that human friendly. They are very careful, very untrusty, but they like it a lot. So we tested with cats, with dogs, with raccoons, opossums, name it. And there were no issues with animals. I saw Ozzy was a little bit scared in the beginning. But
Well,
he
Ozzy's
just
kind of
like
scared anyways.
between the strangers, so
Right.
I kind of understand that. But if it would be in his environment and in his house, I believe he would be okay with that.
and I also gave it to my neighbor for a little while. He tested it out, and he said when he got back home, his dog loved it so much, his dog wouldn't go back to his own bowl. They had to use my bowl for a week before he'd go back to the other bowl. But he likes the noise that it makes when it drops the food.
Have you considered like eliminating the camera aspect so you could have a less expensive model, like offer it to be they can talk to the cat or the dog?
I've thought a lot about that.
Because this would maybe work well in like Beverly Hills or in some boutique shops, but if you had a couple of variations of versions, or, I think for this product, I think the pricing should be, $299. I think that sounds a little more appealing to a lot of people. I know it's not going to trick our chat room.
How much do you think it'll cost you to make
a lot
in production?
of people.
If I can get it down to $100 in production, then I could probably sell it at $300.
Do you think you can do that?
There is a possibility, yes.
Cost of materials?
Cost of materials is pretty high. With this particular version, the way it is right now, the cost of the stainless steel alone is probably going to be around, $70, $80.
Wow.
But
have you considered other types of metals? I mean, it'd still be kind of high end, but
well, right now I wanted to keep it high end, just because stainless steel, it
looks nice.
It looks nice. It'll last a long time.
Right.
But I'm thinking I'd make it a little bit thinner. And the thinner you make it, the cheaper it gets, and I probably could get it down into the $100 a unit to make.
And so, what are the options that you're offering people for crowdfunding? If they give a certain amount of money, they get a unit, presumably. Are there other options? What do you have?
Well, I've got another set of bowls, so we can take 2 of these bowls and put them on a stainless steel.
It mounts on the wall, so if you have a tall dog, bigger dog, he doesn't have to bend all the way. And I know our friends have older dog, and they love it. I mean, dogs love it.
Yeah.
Dog loves
so
it.
we have 2 of these bowls and the plate of metal on the wall, and then you can set 2 of these on the wall. So that was another thing.
What happens with water? You could just have another solution for that.
Well, there's so many water feeders out there, and they're fairly inexpensive. The gravity-fed water feeders are probably the best way to go.
Pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. All right.
I'd fund it.
All
right.
right.
You knew that.
You got one.
All right.
I like it. I think even at that price, I think pet lovers, going on a trip or whatever, I think that even at that price, that at $350 isn't that bad. I think that it'd be nice to see it maybe a plastic version at a lower cost, but if you want to go high end, that's pretty nice.
All right, Lisa.
I think the pricing needs to come down for me to say I'd fund that. I mean, I'd fund that for a high-end pet store because people spend millions of dollars on their pets every year, and if they travel a lot, I can see them doing that.
Billions, you're right.
For me, I think the price needs to come down a little bit to be a great stamp of approval, but I like the product. I like how it works. I like that you've been testing it for as long as you have. So I'd fund it, but I would highly recommend you consider your pricing point.
Thank you.
Well, I'm going to disagree to a certain extent. I don't think it's a good idea to have a plastic model. I think that all of your competitors have plastic.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that your niche in the market would be the high-end, stainless steel, high quality, and frankly, it looks way better than the other ones on the market that I've seen. Those other ones look... They look like something they look low end, and they have like these funky, sometimes they have these funky little LED screens and so on. So I think that going after the high end gives you a niche as opposed to, slugging it out with the rest of the competition out there. I also think that I personally don't have a dog or a cat. We have wild cats on our property and so on. We try not to feed them because their job is to eat the rodents. But pet owners, I've noticed, are nuts about their pets and are willing to spend a lot of money. I mean, $350 or whatever is nothing compared to the annual costs that people spend on all kinds of things, from veterinary care to, you name it, sweaters for their dog or whatever. Pet owners spend a lot of money, and I think that this is something that's going to last for years. It's really, I don't think the cost, logically, it should be a problem at all. So I would fund that.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Three funds that. But we got to check in with the straw poll. What do the people say?
That's right.
The people have spoken, and by a margin of 8%, 56 to 44, the chat room says I'd fund that.
It was close, but you got a universal I'd fund that.
And Beatmaster does have a good question to that end. Can they guarantee the production in a timely manner when their project gets funded?
Yes. I've been over to China.
You have?
Several times.
Wow, you're taking this seriously.
I'm in the business. I'm an electrical engineer.
Okay.
I've been in sales on the, working with engineers for the last 24 years. I've owned my own business. And so all of this is basically designed by myself. I have mechanical engineers working with me. I have electrical engineers, with specialties working with me as well. But we're almost ready to go. Wow. I haven't let it out on the internet yet, but I've been moving forward with all the engineering work. We've got the top being redesigned so I can have access to all the proper things, and we're almost ready to go.
Great. I would also include, like, you could have additional bowls if people want to buy a couple extra with the units, because some people like me like to make sure they're
fresh
clean
bowls
and
every
washed.
day.
And
The other thing is, it comes apart quick. I showed you how to take
I
it
love
apart.
how that's mounted.
I love how
that's
that
really
comes
nicely
apart.
done, isn't it? Yeah.
And then the other thing is you can clean these things. You just throw them in the dishwasher. Throw the whole
Right.
thing in the dishwasher.
But for someone like me, I'd like to throw one in the dishwasher and put a new one on and wait.
They will come separately, definitely.
Yeah,
yes.
I would
And we're
definitely
thinking
have the
even to
option. You
have-
could buy 5 bowls with this one unit.
I'm gonna have different sizes of bowls too.
That's awesome. I like that.
Very nice, Kenneth.
Yep.
Zivile,
Great.
very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yay.
A definite fund that.
And just to reiterate, you can go to bit.ly/IFT questions. Sorry, so that's bit.ly/IFT questions, and you'll find out how you can fund that.
This was almost as good as the ostrich pillow. Right up there.
No, this kind of beats it. It really beats it.
You're not gonna do that to me, are you, Leo?
No.
Can you give him that so he doesn't have to hear that?
I would like to show you one other thing. I worked a long time to make sure this thing works perfectly. But what I want to show you is, it's like take the lid off and put it back on. See how you?
Smart.
It really is well made. I have to say that. You really get
It's
the
so
sense.
easy to get
It's
the-
solid. It
Well,
fits
that's why I told them, if you make
beautifully.
an exceptional product, you'll find the
And this
right
will
way to
light
market
here?
it.
Well, yeah.
So-
At night you'll
Or
be
night-
able
it
to
lights
night
up the
vision
dog.
as well.
That's awesome.
That's
So
pretty.
the
That's
speaker,
infrared.
the mic, the night vision, and also I had to do this coupler, custom, so that I could actually just drop it on.
Zivile, did you think Kenneth was nuts when he suggested this?
No,
No?
no. I'm all in
All
to
in.
support.
All right. Go PetPal is their website.com. And wow, that was fun.
That's
Thank
smart.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very good. Very nice.
I appreciate the chance.
Well done.